Hello, welcome back. No, welcome back. Welcome, arms. Today, we're going to be hitting some biceps and triceps and freaking all the seps. Actually, that's not true. Anyway, arm day it is. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to hit some tricep push downs, and then we'll go from there. Anyway, today's sort of car topic, we're going to be talking about. Actually, let me just preface by saying this. We've talked about the most underrated exercise, and that is the warm-up. The warm-up is the most underrated exercise. Prevents injuries, helps you feel good for your first set. Honestly, underrated exercise. Anyway, overrated exercises. Now, we could go on for fucking years with underrated exercises. However, I have one particular exercise in mind. Might be a little bit controversial, in fact. So, let's delve into that. Now, you're probably wondering, Harvey, what exercise is it? What are you talking about? Am I doing that exercise? Am I doing an overrated exercise? Probably. One of the most popular exercises ever. And I think maybe just a little more people need to look at it objectively. Now, don't get me wrong. Overrated, underrated exercises are all completely subjective. But there is many benefits to altering your workout, so to speak. So, let's begin the overrated exercises. Sorry about that, my freaking microphone transmitter decided to fucking unplug itself while driving. Let me readjust slightly. There we go. So, sorry for the anticipation. The bench press. Whoa. Harvey, what the fuck are you talking about? Right? Wrong. I'm talking about the bench press, in fact. The very one you know and love. The bench press. Why is it overrated? Well, let me just preface by saying that it's a great compound exercise. And if you're looking to build strength, then it is one of the greatest ways to track your strength and to build your strength overall. It's an amazing compound exercise. In fact, it's so good that it is one of the big three: squats, deadlifts, and bench. Right? But, good points aside, there's less range of motion than using a machine. Right? If your sole goal is to build muscle, you should probably be on the machines. You get more range of motion, more sort of, control over your waist. So it doesn't even have to be a machine, right? You can use the fucking dumbbells if you need to. If you don't want to use a machine, you want to use your free weights, you're more than welcome to use the dumbbells. Because when it comes to the bench press, you can only go so far before the bar stops you. So range of motion is a massive player in this. Now, the next important point is the fact that people think bigger bench numbers means a bigger chest, when that is in fact not the case. Believe it or not, when you look at me, you'll think, this guy can probably only bench 100 kilos. Like, I'm talking raw bench press. No Smith machine, no fucking wraps or anything. Which I can definitely do. However, what can I actually bench? My top bench press was 150 kilograms. Does this look like an 150 kilogram bench press to you? Absolutely fucking not. Right? So, tell me, what part of the bigger number means a bigger chest? Because evidently not. I've got a tiny chest. In fact, it's one of my areas that are lacking, I believe. Or saying that I think everywhere's lacking. But you get my point. The next point is going to be, too many people sort of have this idea that it's the only press they can do for the chest. When in reality, it's, to be honest, in my personal experience, I can feel my back most of all. which is crazy to me. When I figured out how to use my back to push my bench up, it's crazy. But anyway, besides the point, I think shoulders and triceps are probably more activated than your chest. Now, actually, that's probably not true, but that's where I feel it. Like when it comes to bench press injuries, where do people injure the most? Their shoulder. Now, I'm not to say if you injure your chest more, it's probably better for your chest. Absolutely fucking not. But I just don't think that so many people should be doing it to build their chest, you know? Now, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of bodybuilders over the years who have used the bench press to grow their chest. However, I just don't think it is the most optimal to use the bench press to grow your chest. Now, hate me, love me, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I'm doing what I want to do to build my chest, right? I just think maybe some people should take a look at the statistics per se and definitely look into that. Anyway, time to hit the fucking arm day. So I will see you in there for some triceps. First set. Set number 2. Last set. Some push downs, and we'll probably move over. I don't know, I might stay here, do some overhead pushes instead. Quite like that. I see that triangle grip over there. I want to give that a go. Here we go. First set of these. Might need to decrease the weight a little bit. Next set. Oh, I slipped. Last set. Moving on to some biceps. probably do 2 more sets of these, and then maybe move. I'm gonna move over to some single arm tricep push downs, and after that, maybe another 6 or so sets of biceps. What exercise? I don't know. We'll certainly see. Probably gonna do 2 or 3 sets on this, and then we'll do another bicep or 2. We'll freaking get to the pose down. Last one of these bad boys, and we'll finally move on to biceps. One more set here. I don't know if I should do some barbell after this. Some barbell curls. I don't know. It's all the same really, isn't it? Barbell curls, preacher curls, freaking standing curls. It's all curls at the end of the day. A little bit of a drop set. Standing curls. probably do a set of this and then a drop set straight after. What the hell? Maybe need to decrease the weight. Drop the weight significantly. Arms are a lot more tired than I thought. Even after dropping the weight. What the hell? I'm gonna start off on a significantly lower weight this time. Hopefully things go a little bit better. Holy shit, this ain't a posing room. Who cares? Hello, welcome back. Post arm day. Ooh. Let's see, tricep. Ooh, wow. No, on a real one, I rated today's session, but I do want to say, oh god, this road's bumpy. Anyway, I do want to say, I think maybe, I'd say I could push harder, but I don't think I could. You know, something really weird happened to me on that last freaking bicep exercises, which is why I cut it short down to 2 sets instead of 3. And as I was like, each time I was getting to the third, bear in mind, right? Usually on my biceps, I'm usually curling. Let me just readjust. Freaking camera. There we go. I'm usually curling about, I don't know, 22.5 to 25 kilos. But today, I was on the 20s, and each time I got to that third rep, my arm just fucking gave out. I don't know, I'll probably include it in the video. And then I go for my other arm again. My other arm can't even get it fucking up. So, I don't know what the fuck happened there, to be honest with you. My hair's thinning. Woo! Anyway, fuck me. So, yeah. Good session, but I don't know if I'm going to be showing the freaking pump check or not. Maybe, we'll see. It depends how good I feel about it while I'm watching it, I guess. But yeah, good pump, but I don't think the freaking pose down looked great. God, I've got like a really gassy stomach. I just had freaking... You should not be drinking this, by the way, if you want to stay on a nice diet. But some Dr. Pepper is always nice and refreshing post-workout. I'm going to take a little bit of a longer way home so I can talk about it a little bit more, because the gyms that I'm at is fairly close to my house. Overrated exercises. Bench press number 1. Now, we talked about how the bench press isn't actually that good for building a solid chest. If you take a look at my peckers, if you want to call them that, you'll notice that I don't have a very good chest. Now, part of that may be due to genetics. I'll be real with you. I'm gonna be fully honest, but I don't want to blame it on genetics. I want to blame it on the fact that I was doing bench press for like 3 years and nothing else. I mean, I did other things obviously, but I was just freaking bench pressing. I mean, even to this day, I freaking do incline Smith machine as my main pressing movement on my chest day. And then I'll move over to a machine-based chest press or something like that. But I don't know, I just like the feel of it, to be honest with you. But that's probably where I'm lacking, right? I refuse to get out of my ways of the bench press. That's probably why my freaking chest is so small. Anyway, freaking moving on. The next most overrated exercise, again, only a brief, like, sort of fucking talk about this because genuinely, I'm about 30 seconds away from my house. I'll spend a minute or two on this. The leg press. Because although you can push a lot of fucking weight on a leg press, does it really matter? Because it's one of those machines that sort of assists you the most because your body is pre-braced for you. You're not moving anywhere. It's all just sort of, I don't know. All I know is that it doesn't build size as well as something like a basic barbell squat. I think more people need to go back to basics. Don't get me wrong, I do a few of these freaking... One second, I'm freaking parallel parking right now. Oops, I just mounted the curb. There we go. So, I think a lot more people need to freaking hop on this bandwagon of just do what you need to do and don't do anything more. Again, don't get me wrong, I do some pretty complicated shit sometimes. But I don't go out of my way to, I don't know, do complicated exercises. Because why overcomplicate things where you can make it as simple as possible to get to the goal that you want to get to? It just adds hassle to the game that you don't want to add. So yeah, overrated exercise. Number 1, the bench press, and number 2, the leg press. Because if you just want to build size, those two are very, very strength-based exercises and less so hypertrophy. I don't have anything more to say, to be honest with you. I'm fucking dumb as fuck, so take my word with a pinch of salt. Is that the saying? A man never sold his boat for a fishing rod. Anyway, I'll see you guys for a freaking shoulder and forearm day.